What's up, everybody? It's been a long time coming, but finally the Red Wake cometh, and here he is, finally finished up. I started working on this model 2 years ago, basically, but then he just sat around collecting dust for a while. I finally got around to finishing him. You've seen the other two Carcharodons in the back already, but these are the only Carcharodons I own at the moment that are painted up, I should say. But I do plan to have a collection of these guys. I really enjoyed them as a chapter, but I can always go into that later. Let's check out Tyberos, the Red Wake. He's a fun model. A lot of studs on him, which was a pain with the gold. But he very much goes together really easily. The arms kind of have a molded way in which they pre-sit to sit like this. You could probably get around that and pose it a bit more how you want, but I just kept them with the standard posing. Now the gray, yeah, maybe is a bit darker than what they show on the website for the Carcharodons, but I like that, and it's fairly uniform with the other two models. Like the other two, he's on more of a Zone Mortalis style of base that I made up, rusted out, gave him a bit of rusted weathering going on there with some weathering powders, and then hit it with gore effect, the liquid red, clear red actually. It's called clear red, Tamiya clear red, and it does a really good job of looking like blood. Now, I put a matte varnish over the models first because when I was testing out when I first got the Tamiya clear red, without the matte varnish it kind of ate through the paint a little bit. So with the matte varnish on, a nice solid coat of it, you kind of protect your model from that. So I went ahead and I wanted to gore him up, give him some blood effects. I didn't want to go too crazy on his hands because, yeah, you're stabbing stuff and chain fisting through stuff. It's gonna be a lot of gore and a lot of spray, but I didn't want to look like I dipped him in clear red paint. So I kind of applied it with the brush, kind of willy-nilly. I didn't like paint it on. I kind of dabbed at the model with the brush, and you can see he does have a bit more gore than the other two. I mean, this guy's got good gore on him as well, and this guy's got nice gore around the power fist area, but I wanted to keep it tamed a bit, and I wanted Tyberos to really feel like the Red Wake without being just covered in liquid red, or clear red I should say. Keep doing that. For the base, I wanted it to look like he was walking through the pool of blood and gore that he made, dried and caked on, as well as fresh blood from him probably just butchering everything that came down that corridor or whatever. And now he's standing there like daring who's next type of deal. So all in all, I'm pleased with how he came out. The gore effect isn't for everybody, but I like it. And when you have a force that's going to be tied together with that type of effect, I think it'll be pretty visually striking on the battlefield. So that's always cool. Unfortunately, they don't sell the Carcharodon Astra's transfer sheet anymore, for what I can tell on Forge's website, and I'm not sure why. It was a really good transfer sheet. I own it. Obviously, that's why they have the transfers on there, but I own it, and it is a good one, so I don't know why they decided to stop producing it, but for whatever reason, it's no longer there. There will be more Carcharodons to come. I don't have an exact timetable on when. I don't really know what the next one I'm going to paint is. I have two Power Fist Sergeants and the HQ, because I will run Tyberos Red Wake as Tyberos Red Wake along with the Forge World Chapter Tactics. This guy's going to be a Stern Guard Sergeant. This guy will probably be also, because he has a bolter with the Power Fist. So I think what's on the agenda will be another sergeant for a tactical squad, or a tactical squad member or two, and then that sergeant. Basically, some troop choices are in order. I got the HQ down. I gotta get some actual troops going instead of elites. So we'll see what goes on with that. But just wanted to show off Tyberos. Like I said, I started this model 2 years ago. I got him close to being done. The only thing left to do on the model was to do the gold effects and the chest and skulls. All in all, though, a pretty easy enough model to paint. Everything's pretty much sculpted right there for you. All you gotta do is put a decal on a shoulder pad, and when he was done without any gore or rust powder applied to him, he looked really sharp, really as a clean model, very sharp, very nice. But the effect that I was going for on the force on the of the force of Carcharodons was bloody, so I had to make him suitably bloody. And I think the base and the model does a good job of that. He's not, like I said, completely over the top, but at the same time, this type of effect is not for everybody. But I like it. And as we get a little bit zoomed in on the three of them standing there, they're tied together by it and by their paint scheme, of course. And I think as we have a force, a mass, it'll just look pretty cool and pretty brutal, and that's the idea. So that's it for Tire Roasted Red Wake. That's the other thing I've been working on that I mentioned in the Battlesuit Ramble. So I have stuff that I am working on now, but they're very much in the initial stages, and I don't know how long it's going to take. But once they're done, I'll show them to you as well. So we'll see how that goes. And anyways, thanks for sticking through it, and take it easy.